pound for pound, the best ping cavity back iron you can buy in 2022. With the brand new release of any club, but specifically the Ping G430, that always has a knock-on effect to previous models and pricing. And I watched Alex's review from Golfbox TV and I thought it was great, and I think the iron itself looks somewhat different. However, when it comes to cavity back irons, Ping have always been good. Dare I say the best for that beginner golfer. The only issue is I haven't recommended it for a good couple of years because with the pandemic and the influx of beginners, the prices on the second-hand market, especially the older models, has been astronomical. Therefore, I fell off my chair when I had another browse and look through previous models, and you'll be shocked to realise what this model is currently going for on the second-hand market. And I could not be more excited about it. And I'm hoping a lot of you will agree with my choice, as there's a lot of Ping irons out there to choose from, especially in the cavity back selection. We could go far back as the Ping G10 and say that is a good value option iron, or we could go more recent. Some of you might go the Ping G410 is a fantastic choice for the pound for pound category. But when I rack up how long ago was it released, the kind of technology in it, the bonuses that I think this particular model has compared to all the other ones, and then the price per club that you're getting for, considering this is essentially more for the beginner type player, meaning you haven't, or you're not wanting to invest an incredible amount of money into this game just yet, and you want to test the waters. To be honest, when I show you the price of what you can get this for second hand, I don't think it can be beaten. Beautiful. Can't believe I've got X stiff shafts in these. However, even if I put the price point to one side, I'd go down and say, and you can agree or disagree, this is the best iron model they've ever produced when it comes to the cavity back. I feel like the last couple of releases, and obviously I'll be excited to hit the Ping G430, just got a bit technical, potentially got a bit advanced in terms of trying to copy the others, whereas this is just good old-fashioned tank built, i.e. it could go through a brick wall. You've got the endurance knowing it's going to last a lifetime, whilst giving you the ultimate forgiveness you potentially need for your golf game. Oh, I've absolutely ripped that. Might have to put cavity back irons back in the bag. Beautiful. You have to love this game. 6 clubs in the bag, and I've lost count the amount of times I've played this par 5 with 14. 5 iron wedge, 6 iron, and arguably one of the best birdie chances I've ever had on this hole. I am of course talking about the Ping G400, and shocked is an understatement when I found out how much these are being currently sold for. Even Replay, and thank you to the boys down there for obviously supplying these golf clubs, are selling sets of these for just over £300, meaning you're getting a club for basically £50 a stick. Anyone that was trying to get hold of these a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, with a massive influx of beginner golfers, pandemic, supply shortages, you know that is 50% what they were actually going for. And when I look at this set now, and I'll show you the prices as well, what you can get these for on eBay, I mean, it's not even a competition. I can't really offer you a better choice, big name brand, tech, modern, looks, sound, feel, for any cheaper. But that's why when I look at a brand new release of a cavity back iron, such as the Ping 430, G430 I should say, I take it with a pinch of salt, because I know who's going to buy it, which is going to be a brand new golfer. that's pretty much got into the game looking for that forgiveness, but we don't know where their swing's going to be in 6 months. That type of golfer is the most erratic stage of any golfer's career. They might gain 50 miles an hour club head speed. They might not come over the top with a couple of lessons. Therefore, getting fitted for the right shaft and head type, X, Y, and Z for that particular golfer, let's be honest, is going to be over £150 a stick. For me personally, doesn't quite make sense when the golfer himself doesn't really know how good or potentially bad he's going to be in the next 6 months to a year. Oh, that is so high. I need to work on my angle attack when it comes to irons. Jeez. And it's for that reason why I didn't recommend Ping golf clubs pretty much at all mid-pandemic, as I thought the prices were too inflated. Too many beginners were getting into the game, maybe come back to the game, and they know Ping makes a solid cavity back iron. But if you've just got back into the game, you spend £600, £500, which is what these were going for 6 clubs mid-pandemic. You could outgrow them so quickly, and then all of a sudden, knowing that basically that's going to somewhat simmer, you've lost £300 on that set of irons, which, to be honest, you only use for 6 months, 8 months, a year. And to be fair, some of you might still be using them, and therefore it's a good investment. I've got nothing against people spending a lot of money on golf clubs. I just want to make sure that they're getting the right equipment and using it for a long enough time that it's a worthwhile investment. Well, that didn't go to plan, did it? And to be fair, that shot right there sums up somewhat of a downfall of a cavity back. Normally I'd be using like a Vokey 60-degree wedge and not a pitching wedge that's obviously quite de-lofted, and that's all people are talking about when it comes to a level of control. That bounce is there to help you, but sometimes you're not going to be able to play the cute shots around the green. That being said, that is 100% my poor technique, and if you get on with your cavity back iron, you're scoring great with it, and to be honest, you don't feel like you need that extra control in your game, please, for the love of God, don't change your cavity back irons just because there's this perception that as soon as you get better at this game, you need a forged blade. Summer is officially over. One of the biggest cons of Ping irons, especially the G series, as a lot of you know that have had them over the years, is the little weight in the back. So common to come out, and one of the most annoying things to happen, especially around the Ping G10, 15, 20 era, and it put a lot of people off, me included, to be perfectly honest, as it's just a major inconvenience. And to be fair to Ping, great customer service, and they will sort that out free of charge, especially a lot of the older models as well. However, just like all the advancements, I feel like the Ping G430 just was the pinnacle. They just got it right in terms of aesthetics, sound, and also the fact that I haven't heard of the weight ever coming out in the more recent models. Again, please correct me in the comments down below if that is the case, but it's just definitely a lot more infrequent than I used to remember with the other ones. That is toe and all toe, but I've got a cavity back, so if I didn't tell anyone on the tee, no one would know. Let's talk prices on the second-hand market, and I'll show you some sold listings and what's available. And again, I understand now in the stage I am, which I'm very grateful and fortunate, not quite like 2 years ago where the views weren't quite the same. I understand prices might slightly go up after this video has gone out, but this is a winter project. Every video I've ever made on irons, drivers, saying good value, give it a month, give it 3 weeks. Trust me, the prices come down because there isn't necessarily that attention. And the fact you can get 5 to pitching wedge, 4 to pitching wedge in this set for £50 a stick, you can't go wrong. You will be able to sell this set of irons in 2 years' time after you've got a bit better, or maybe you want something a bit sleeker, maybe you want a forged iron. Oh, stay there and it's good. Get up! For at least £40 a club, meaning you could have a modern, great sounding, aesthetically pleasing iron set, bringing you in the 21st century for potentially losing £50 a year on investment. And even in 5, 6, 7 years, I'll be struggling to see you get less than £200 for a full set of these. And for that reason alone is why, pound for pound, I think this is the best Ping iron. You could go older, cheaper G10, G15, G20, but you got the chance of weights falling out. And I do feel the balance and tech with advancement over years did get somewhat better. And for the prices of those, you're only going to save yourself 80, 90, £100, and I still think you'd lose the same amount of money if you were to invest in a set of these. They're newer, they're more modern, they're going to be more sought after, and I just feel like at the moment, with the season where it is, they're just on sale price at the moment. Yeah, I definitely need my wedge back in the bag. And if you like this video, you probably want to see the Ping drivers that I think are just as good in terms of value for money when it comes to drivers.